Something strange is going on with Franz Wagner's jump shot, and this needs to be addressed hopefully sometime in this series. We're going to be talking about that as well as previewing from a bird's eye view the Game 2 matchup between the Boston Celtics and the Orlando Magic. The Magic were up at halftime in Game 1, but then went cold and proceeded to lose by 17 points. Is this a series that can be competitive, or is this Boston in 4 or 5? We're also going to be addressing that and much, much more on today's video. Guys, welcome in. This is Magic Digest. I'm your host, Patrick Previty. And as always, this is your one-stop shop for Orlando Magic basketball content. We're almost at 1,000 subs, so let's make that final push. We're at 992 at the very beginning of recording of this video, at the time of recording. So just to everybody that is subscribed, thank you so much. It means the world, and I think we've really kind of gotten to the point where we have built a little bit of an Orlando Magic basketball community here on YouTube. I used your guys' comments in the last video as we were discussing and dissecting further Game 1 and the in the recap of that. Okay, but as I mentioned, Franz Wagner's shot is clearly busted right now. He has some sort of hitch going on at the top of his release, and this is not, if you are new to Orlando Magic basketball or you are just tuning in because it's the playoffs, this is not something that has been around all year. This is not something that we knew going into this season. It is something that has developed over the last couple weeks, over the last maybe 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, and that is really disturbing. We know that coming into this year, he needed to do something to his jump shot. It just had been not really the same as it was his rookie year, and he kind of has been regressing as far as the shooting is concerned, at least the shooting percentages. Even with the volume going up, you're seeing a regression, and we knew going in that he was going to have to fix something, but 30% or under 30% is pretty much unacceptable, but also at the same time, we know that he's a better shooter than that, even this season, even than the 30% mark. So this has just been mind-boggling how he has just completely lost his shot over the last month. So we're going to take a look at the month of April, the month of March, and he shot 45% from the floor, so that's not bad, but he shot 23.3% from 3. He only made more than 2 threes in a game twice, and he had plenty of donuts and plenty of 1 for 6, 1 for 7, 1 for 6, 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 1 for 4s. It just hasn't been consistent. His scoring has been there. He scored above 15 points in all of the games in the month of March. He was able to put the ball in the basket, and for the for the end of the month, he ended with 22, 20, 21, 32, 26, 20, 21, 21. He has been a consistent scorer, but we haven't seen that jump shot falling. And unfortunately, that has made him a little bit of a one-dimensional player, and he was one-dimensional in Game 1, and we need him to pick it up if this team wants to remain competitive. If Paolo Banchero is going to drop 36 points in Game 1, we're going to need Franz Wagner to come out in the second half and be able to help this team get out of their shooting slump or their cold streak by getting out of his own cold streak and shooting slump. We saw him attempt 6 threes in the first half and didn't attempt another the rest of the game. I would like him to continue to be aggressive. I'd obviously not like him to be 1 for 10 at the end of the game from three-point range, but him being 1 for 6 is definitely a disturbing mark, and I think maybe part of the reason why this offense hasn't been able to continue its ways of being able to score the basketball, like we know that they can, because we know that this team has the ability to score. Like they certainly have roster construction issues, but they certainly have the ability to score, and they showed it in the first half against the Celtics. We need him to be better. Okay, so as I mentioned, I wanted to also take a look at the preview for Game 2. Well, this is a Celtics team that is dominant, and this is a Celtics team that we haven't really been able to, let me not say like get past, but even with the winning record against them and giving them fits, I still think the playoffs are a different animal, and I don't think Game 1 we were able to solve as many of the problems as we needed to. We need to have an answer for their bench scoring. Their bench scoring practically outscored the entire Magic roster almost, right? Not completely, but you have Peyton Pritchard, and then their role players, you got Drew Holiday and Derek White. They just lit us up. We need to have an answer for that. Whether it is Franz Wagner being able to score the basketball, being able to shoot, open the floor for those guys, or if it's Cole Anthony taking over, getting the start. Maybe Bataze, Tristan da Silva get minutes in this game and they didn't get minutes in game one, or meaningful minutes. Maybe it's Wendell Carter Jr. and KCP showing up. When is the KCP and Wendell Carter Jr. game going to come? Because we know they should at least be good. Hopefully it happens at the same time, because that would give this team the best chance of winning. They're capable of scoring the basketball. They're capable of providing offense. When are they going to do it? Also, what exactly is Jamahl Mosley going to do? I think he's going to sit Gary Harris and move him to the side a little bit, and I think it's going to be Corey Joseph, Cole Anthony in this game. He's going to go strictly with the guys who he knows can potentially produce. And I think that's a good thing. That's a good sign. Whatever it is, I think Jamahl Mosley and this offense are going to be able to come out with at least a better game plan in game two, or else we're going to have some serious questions. Franz Wagner's going to have to shoot better, but hopefully that opens the floor for a lot of different opportunities for this offense. Paolo Banchero, I don't really blame him or Franz for ISO ball. I know there are some fans that do believe that they play too much ISO ball. I don't really believe so. I just think that that's just the way that the offense is built. And if you really want to, what else do you want? You want to put the ball in KCP's hands? You want to put the ball consistently for the entire game in Cole Anthony's hands? Yeah, maybe against the Hawks, but maybe not against the Celtics. So we'll have to wait and see. It'll be interesting. Everybody, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. What will happen in game two? I'm very interested in this game. This will be a game, a series-defining game in my opinion. Going down 2-0, even though you go back home, is a spot that I don't think the Magic can recover from, at least winning the series wise. Obviously, we don't have a lot of people talking about that, and certainly I didn't pick this team to win against the Boston Celtics, but if they were to actually have to stay alive, I think they're going to have to steal one of these games on the road, because as the series wears on, I don't know if this team is going to be able to get that. Hopefully game one wasn't their best shot, and they can bounce back in game two and potentially get this game too. The line right now has the Celtics favored by 12.5 points. So a lot of people are counting them out. Hopefully there's that chip on their shoulder. They heard what Jaylen Brown said, mic'd up. They've heard all of the noise, everybody counting them out, everybody picking Boston for the sweep. Boston is the defending champions. They have the respect and everything. The Magic are just a young team, no playoff experience. Are they going to be able to get a game on the road? Hopefully they hear some of that and they can put that energy into positive play on the court, because I know that this team is capable of a lot better things than they were in the second half, but their floor, unfortunately, is at the pit. So I asked you guys just a second ago to let me know what you think will happen in the comment section down below for game two, but I also wanted to pose another question really quick before I get out of here, and that is, what is going on with Franz Wagner? This was a huge storyline in the offseason. This is something that needs to be fixed regardless of what happens in this series. Regardless if the shots do fall and he has that hitch, he needs to fix this. This is definitely something that is big for his career, and something that would completely open up this offense if he were to able to shoot consistently, or even as consistent as Paolo Banchero. I don't even care what the shooting percentages say. I don't even need to look at that. I know that I trust Paolo Banchero shooting from three more than I trust Franz Wagner right now, and I trust a lot of other players shooting from three more than Franz Wagner on the Orlando Magic, and that's saying something. This is the worst shooting team in the last 9 years of the NBA. So he needs to get this fixed. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Is this something that's seriously concerning? Because it is definitely concerning to me. But that's all the time I got for today. Made this one quick, talking for game two. I will see you guys after game two for a post game. Probably going to do that with the Celtics Digest host again. So it'll be a ton of fun recapping that game. But as always, I'll see you guys next one with more Orlando Magic basketball content.